Power App solutions in minutes. In this video, we're going to go ahead and create our first logic app together. This is lesson 1 on logic apps, and it's going to leverage an HTTP request. And then based on that HTTP request, um, we'll go ahead and create a contact record with some data that we'll just pass in very conveniently using Postman. For those of you who are familiar with Postman, you can download that online. It's a great tool for testing out APIs and calls, gets, posts, patches, etc. So let's go ahead and get started. So inside the Logic App section of Microsoft Azure, I'll hit Add. I'll create a consumption app, and then I'll just use some resource group of my choosing. You may have a different kind. We'll call this um, create contact on HTTP post. All right. So then you click review and create. Click create. So it's deploying it. Okay, it's been deployed. Let's go to the resource. Now we're in our Logic Apps Designer, and there's some videos you can watch to kind of help you. I'm going to start with the HTTP request is received trigger. So the way this thing works is it's looking for a certain kind of request, and so we're going to go ahead and save this. But what this is expecting is this is a post URL that's going to be generated. This is going to receive a message, and then we can do stuff with that message within Logic Apps in Azure. So let's go ahead and save this. It has generated a URL. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to insert just a sample JSON payload. And I'm going to keep it really simple actually. Let's use something that looks just like this. Okay. So there's our JSON schema. All right, very good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a new step. Very straightforward. And we're going to add or create a new record. And it's going to be a contact record. And then right here, what we need to do is literally just pass these values. So since we've already defined it in the JSON schema, we could take this very far and have like 20 different fields or 50, 100, doesn't really matter. But I'm going to pass in the last name value because I'm going to be passing one request at a time, right? And then I'm going to pass in the first name value from the request output. I'll pass in the email address, and I'll pass in the mobile phone. And then I'll go ahead and save this. Seems good enough for now. Okay. So then I'll go to the overview and runs history, and this has never run before. Then I'm going to go to Postman. But you know what? One of the things we need to do is from our designer, we need to get that URL. So let's go ahead and let me just put the body in here. We're doing a post. You can see we're doing a post here. I'm going to remove this URL, and I'm going to pass in this post URL, which is very unique to us and our environment. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and pass in something. So Microsoft Dynamics, and that's MS Dynamics at Microsoft.com, and their phone number is 555-111. 2. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I'm just crafting these little JSONs so that I can pass them over. You can see that I have a JSON type set right now. So I'm going to go ahead and send this. I got a 202 accepted. That's great. Let's see what we got on the other side here. It did run. It succeeded. And let's see what it did. It received data. Let's go ahead and look at the raw outputs. It received exactly what I said in Postman. See it right here. And then it created a new record according to this. So let's see. Did it actually create a new record? Let's see here. Microsoft Dynamics. There it is. Here's our contact. Beautiful. So then let's try another one just so you can see. Um, you know, let me see here. Clark Kent Superman at dcuniverse.com and his mobile phone. Just make it something random. And we'll pass this request in. And there you have it, Clark Kent. I mean, instantaneously, almost. Very cool, right? And that's all I have to show you for today. In future lessons, we'll do some more robust implementations